This is Chris Medeiros. Like, subscribe to TNW Wrestling on YouTube, subscribe to my other channel, Word of Chris, and subscribe to this channel, Chris Medeiros, and follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and both of my TikToks. I'll be down there in the description box. And I'm here to do my WWE Monday Night Raw October 24th, 2022 reviews. So here we go, discussing about Monday Night Raw. Now we kick off this week's episode with Finn Bálor, Damian Priest, Dominic Mysterio, and Rhea Ripley, the Judgment Day. They come walking out, and of course they start talking and stuff, talking about their match at Crown Jewel against the OC and all that, how they're going to beat them. And then we see Dominic talking about his dad again, and talking about how Eddie Guerrero was the Dominic Mysterio of his generation, and all that stuff. And we see Finn Bálor talking about AJ Styles and all that. Talking about he was the one that built the club, how he left it and all that stuff. So yeah, that's what all of them was talking about. But then all of a sudden, that's when AJ Styles, Luke Gallows, and Karl Anderson, the OC, comes walking out. And then they come walking out and they start talking about how they're in Charlotte, North Carolina. They're tired of talking and all that stuff, and they want to fight. And then Karl Anderson challenges Finn Bálor to a one-on-one match. So then we get the match underway. Karl Anderson versus Finn Bálor 1-on-1. Everybody standing at ringside for this match. And it was a pretty good match. It was going back and forth. Anderson was doing pretty good. He had a nice powerbomb at one point. He almost got the 3 count, but Bálor barely kicking out too. And same for his spine buster and stuff, which is always nice and all that stuff. But then Bálor starts taking control at the ending of this match. He hits the sling blade onto Karl Anderson, and then hits that drop kick onto him in the corner. He climbs up the top turnbuckle, about to hit the coup de grace onto Anderson, but then Anderson quickly climbed up there and hits a superplex onto him. But then after that happened, Dominic Mysterio gets on the apron and stuff, and then that's when Styles comes up, knocking him off the apron. And then Damian Priest comes behind Styles, running him into the ring post and across the announce table and stuff. And then we see Luke Gallows come over there hitting, attacking Damian Priest as well. And then Rhea Ripley pushes Gallows into the ring post face first, and then lifts him up, hitting a power slam, a scoop slam onto Luke Gallows, which was wild. You know, Luke Gallows is a big man, and Rhea Ripley done that shit with ease, it looks like. So yeah, that's what happened there. But then it looked like in the ring, Anderson was going to win this match because he done grabbed Bálor and got some up on his shoulders, his finishing move. But then that's when Dominic Mysterio gets in the ring, distracting the referee. But while the referee's distracting, that's when Rhea Ripley comes up behind Anderson and hits a low blow onto him, and then Bálor gets the 3 count. So yeah, Finn Bálor defeated Karl Anderson tonight on Raw. That's what happened. It was a pretty good match, though. If you haven't yet, go check it out. Really good one-on-one match between those two guys. For that match, I'll give it 3 stars. That's why I'll give it a really good match to kick off Raw. But then, after the match ended, we see The Miz backstage getting ready and stuff, and then Johnny Gargano comes up talking to him, and both of them's talking. He's telling Miz to go tell the truth and stuff, and Miz was like, "What are you talking about? I don't even know what you're talking about." And Gargano's like, "You know what I'm talking about." And they're arguing and stuff, and Miz was like, "You know what? Fine, I'm going to go out there." And Gargano was like, "Good, go ahead." And then Miz goes walking out to the ring. So yeah, Miz will be on Raw up next. And later on tonight, they got many stuff going on for tonight. But yeah, we're going to be seeing all they got. So yeah, Miz will be on Raw up next. So I'll see you guys later. Until the next thing happens on Monday Night Raw. See you guys later. Until then. So the next thing that happened on Monday Night Raw, now we see The Miz coming out to the ring, and he starts talking about how he's going to finally tell the truth about Dexter Lumis and all that stuff. And then he starts talking about how he never knew where his best friend Tommaso Ciampa was at, and how he's been missing for so many weeks, and he's afraid that Dexter Lumis did something to him. But he said that Dexter Lumis was just jealous of Ciampa because he got fired and Ciampa didn't, and Ciampa got on the main roster because of him, and Dexter Lumis is just jealous because of that, and that's why he's been going after him. So yeah, that's what Miz was saying. But then also he gets interrupted by Johnny Gargano. Gargano comes out and he says, "Miz, you know that's not the truth. Now actually tell the truth." He said Tommaso Ciampa ain't missing. he already done texted him, and he said that he was injured. So yeah, Ciampa's apparently injured, and that's what Gargano was telling Miz, and Miz still didn't want to say nothing. He goes like, "Tell the truth," and Miz is like, "No, I'm not going to say nothing." And then they keep arguing back and forth, but then all of a sudden they get interrupted by R-Truth. He comes out and he goes like, "I heard you call me out, Miz." So yeah, just funny stuff right there. And then Miz is like, "What the hell are you talking about?" So yeah, and then we get the match. It was R-Truth versus the Miz 1-on-1. It was an okay match. At the ending, we see R-Truth paying homage to his childhood hero, John Cena, hitting his shoulder tackles onto Miz, and then hits that frontward suplex onto him, setting up for the 5-knuckle shuffle, but then Miz kicks him upside the head, and then he was setting up for the Skull Crusher finale, and while Miz was waiting for R-Truth to get back up, he spots a guy wearing a hoodie with gloves and stuff he thinks is Dexter Lumis. He's getting distracted, and then he gets rolled up for the 3 count by R-Truth. So yeah, R-Truth defeated the Miz tonight on Raw, and then the person revealed himself taking off the hoodie, and it was Johnny Gargano. So yeah, Johnny Gargano costed Miz the match tonight. But yeah, for that match, I'll give it 1.5 stars. That's what I'll give it. It was okay. Nothing really too special. So yeah. But then, after the match ended, we see Candice LeRae get interviewed backstage by Kathy Kelly, and she was talking about how do you feel about being back and stuff. And she was talking about how it's been great and all that stuff. And then we see her interview get interrupted by Damage Control. They come in, and Candice LeRae was talking about how, Sky's not trustworthy, how Dakota Kai's spiteful, and how Bayley don't got the Raw Women's Championship. And Bayley was like, "You may tell you what I got to say to that," and then pushes the cameraman down so you wouldn't see nothing. And then apparently they attacked Candice LeRae backstage. So yeah, that's what happened there. Later on tonight, we will see the Raw Women's Champion Bianca Belair versus Bayley for the Raw Women's Championship later on tonight on Raw. Not only that, I'm going to be seeing Mustafa Ali versus Austin Theory tonight, and many more stuff. So yeah, I'll see you guys later until the next thing that happens on Raw. See you guys later until then. So the next thing to happen on Monday Night Raw. Now, before I talk about the one-on-one match between Mustafa Ali and Austin Theory, there's a few things we got to talk about. Now, first off, we've seen Elias. He's walking down the hallway and stuff, and then while that was happening, he pretty much runs into Matt Riddle. Matt Riddle was talking about how he wants him and Elias pretty much form a band and stuff like that. So yeah, that's what he was saying. But then they get interrupted by Chad Gable and Otis, Alpha Academy, and the Alpha Academy was talking junk to him, and they was talking about like, "Oh, why don't you get rid of the beard and become that, that dumbass Ezekiel or whatever." So that's what they were saying to him, and then he goes like, "Well, first off, I'm not a part of a band with Matt Riddle, and second off, if you want to fight, let's fight in the ring." So yeah, that's what happened. It looks like we're going to be seeing Elias versus Chad Gable one-on-one later on tonight. But then after that, we see Austin Theory making his entrance way down to the ring, and then he was talking pretty much, with a split screen, and he was talking about how he's the youngest Money in the Bank winner, and he's going to beat Mustafa Ali tonight. And that's all the stuff that he was talking about. But yeah, we get the match in the way. It was Mustafa Ali versus Mr. Money in the Bank, Austin Theory, and it was a pretty good match. It was going back and forth and all that. At the ending, Theory lifts him up for like a suplex, dropping him right onto his knee, pins him, but Mustafa Ali barely kicking out at 2. Seth Rollins was on commentary for this match the whole time, being funny and all that stuff. But then after Theory hit that move, he lifts up Mustafa Ali because he was wasting too much time, about to hit A-Tow down onto Ali, but Ali grabs the ropes and got off his shoulders, hitting a backstabber onto Theory. He climbs up the top turnbuckle, about to hit the 450 splash, but then that's when Seth Rollins gets into the ring, and the referee's trying to get him to get out the ring and stuff, getting distracted, and then while that's happening, Theory kicks the top rope, dropping Ali, pretty much hit his nuts on the top turnbuckle, and then grabs him off the turnbuckle, hitting A-Town down onto Ali, and then pins him for the 1, 2, 3. So yeah, Austin Theory defeated Mustafa Ali tonight on Raw. That's what happened. It was a pretty good match and all that, but then after the match ended, Rollins gets in the ring grabs Mustafa Ali and throws him out of the ring, and then throws him over the barricade, beating him down and stuff in the crowd. So yeah, that's what Seth Rollins was doing. But then Rollins was talking so much crap about Ali, talking about how he ain't gonna never get a chance to become the United States champion and all that. So yeah, that's what he was saying. But while he was saying that stuff, he starts walking away, his theme song's playing and all that. But then Ali comes out of nowhere, jumping off the barricade and stuff onto Rollins, attacking him, beating him down and stuff. Both of them brawling, and then the referees had to break it up. So yeah, that's what happened. Pretty good stuff for the match. And what happened after the match, I'll give it all 2.5 stars. That's what I'll give it. It was pretty good stuff. But then after that, we get to another segment backstage when we see Johnny Gargano. He pretty much runs into Miz, and Miz is talking crap to him about what happened earlier and all that stuff. So yeah, that's what happened there. And then he runs into JBL and Baron Corbin. He starts talking about, oh hey, it's you, JBL, and whatever your name is, Baron Corbin, whatever, because you keep on changing your name. And JBL was like, that's enough. How about this? Tonight, y'all have a match. So yeah, it looks like it'll be Baron Corbin versus Johnny Gargano one-on-one later on tonight on Raw. So yeah, that match is now set, and that's what happened. But yeah, like I said, pretty good stuff. But yeah, I'll see you guys later until the next thing that happens on Monday Night Raw. See you guys later until then. So the next thing that happened on Monday Night Raw, now they showed a video package about Bayley and Bianca Belair's rivalry, going on and stuff. So yeah, they did show a nice video package, which they will have their match later on tonight in the main event and stuff. So yeah, it was just nice. But then we get to the match. It was Omos versus 4 local competitors, pretty much 4 jobbers or whatever, in a 4-on-1 handicap match. Now, Omos MVP gets in the ring. MVP was talking about how Omos will dominate Braun Strowman and stuff at Crown Jewel, how he'll be the monster standing over that monster and all that stuff, and that's what he was saying. And he calls all 4 guys up, saying, don't worry, he ain't gonna hurt you. I just want to show an example. And then he got one of the guys, and then Omos puts his hand over his head, pretty much show how big his hand is or whatever. So yeah, that's what happened there. And then we get the match underway. MVP was standing at ringside, Omos doing his thing. At one point, all 4 of the guys was trying to jump on Omos, but it didn't work out. At one point, one guy was on the top turnbuckle, jumps off, but Omos just walks away, try to act like Samoa Joe, but like a less cooler version of him right there. But that guy crashed and burned on the mat and stuff, and Omos just beating the hell out of everybody, obviously. Hitting a 2-handed chokeslam onto one of the guys, grabs another guy, throws him on top of him, and then puts his foot on his chest, pinning both of them for the 3 count. So yeah, Omos defeated those 4 local competitors tonight on Raw. That's what happened for that match. I'll give it 1 star. That's what I'll give it. Nothing really too special, obviously. So yeah, that's what happened there. Up next, we're going to be seeing Elias versus Chad Gable one-on-one up next, because we're seeing Elias walking towards the ring and stuff, coming from the backstage area. So yeah, that match will be happening up next. But yeah, I'll see you guys later until the next thing that happens on Monday Night Raw. See you guys later until then. So the next thing that happened on Monday Night Raw, now it was a one-on-one match. It was Chad Gable with Otis at Ringside Alpha Academy versus Elias one-on-one. Now they keep on saying that this is Elias' first match in over a year. And you know what? I'm not even gonna lie, it kind of looks like it. Because it was just telling botches and stuff. I mean, it was whatever. I guess, with him being that Ezekiel character and pretty much having the moves down pat, like he got to go back to his other moveset, which I know got to be annoying as hell. But other than that, it was still a pretty good match. At one point, we seen Gable locking on the ankle lock, trying to make Elias tap out, and Elias reverses it by rolling him up, but Gable kicking out at 2. There was one cool moment where Gable jumps off the top turnbuckle with the moonsault, and that's when Elias was standing there. He's a jumping knee to the face while he's in the air with the moonsault, which was pretty cool. And Gable barely kicking out at 2. And then at the ending, at one point, we see Gable lift him up, pretty much hitting a Dominator DDT onto Elias, but Elias barely kicking out at 2. We seen Elias outside the ring at one point, and then Otis comes running at him, trying to attack him, but Elias moves out the way, and Otis runs into the ring post, knocking himself out, and then Elias gets back in the ring, pretty much hitting that, like a suplex spinning neck breaker. I think it's called the final cut or whatever, and then he gets pinned. Gable gets pinned for the 3 count. So yeah, Elias defeated Chad Gable tonight on Raw. That's what happened. And then after the match ended, Otis and Chad Gable attacks him after the match, beating him down and stuff. And then Matt Riddle comes running down, saving Elias, hitting a jumping knee to the face onto Otis, and then picks up Chad Gable, hitting the bro to sleep onto Gable, knocking him out the ring. Otis comes running at him, and Matt Riddle pushes him out the ring, and then Riddle gets over there on the apron, hitting floating bro off the second rope onto both of them, taking them out. So yeah, that's what happened there. It was okay stuff for that match and what happened after the match. I'll give it 2 stars. That's what I'll give it. It was pretty good stuff though. But yeah, I'll see you guys later until the next thing that happens on Monday Night Raw. Up next, it'll be Baron Corbin versus Johnny Gargano 1-on-1. So yeah, see you guys later until then. Oh yeah, and I forgot to mention one more segment where we've seen AJ Styles, Karl Anderson, Luke Gallows, the OC, and they was talking about how they got to deal with Rhea Ripley, and then Luke Gallows is like, I'll go deal with Rhea Ripley. I'm good with women. And then he walks away, and it was like, no, he's not good with women. What the hell does he think he's talking about? So yeah, I forgot to mention that segment right there. Looks like they're planning to deal with Rhea Ripley. Probably going to get another woman to be on their team for their match at Judgment Day, it looks like. So, at Crown Jewel, I don't know what the hell that was. Okay. I'll see you guys later. Until then, next thing on Raw. So the next thing that happened on Monday Night Raw, now before I talk about the match, there's a few things we're going to talk about. Now, we've seen pretty much Luke Gallows walking back into the doctor's room with AJ, where AJ Styles and Karl Anderson was at. And he said, so what happened? He said, yeah, I got kicked in the balls. So yeah, he's sitting there, he was trying to deal with the Rhea Ripley, apparently he got kicked in the nuts just like Karl Anderson did. So yeah, and they said they got to deal with her. But yeah, that's what happened there. Pretty funny stuff. But then we get to JBL. Now JBL was in the ring. He starts talking crap about the fans of North Carolina, talking about the football team and all that stuff. So yeah, he was talking about the football teams and just talking a lot of crap. And then he introduces Baron Corbin, and then we get the match underway. It was Baron Corbin versus Johnny Gargano 1-on-1. JBL was on commentary. Gargano was doing pretty good. At one point, he took out Corbin. He had super kick onto him and ran him into steel steps. But then he gets on the announce table, grabbing JBL's hat, putting it on his head, and pretty much became like a male stripper in a way, with the hat on, acting like a cowboy and stuff in a way. So yeah, that's what happened there. And then he jumps off the announce table with a tornado DDT onto Corbin, throws him back into the ring, and then Gargano gets on the apron, about to hit that like slingshot spear. It looks like that's what it looks like he was about to hit, or one final beat. But yeah, he was about to hit it. Referee was checking on Corbin, but then JBL comes up, sweeping his leg from underneath him, dropping him onto the apron. Corbin grabs Johnny Gargano, brings him into the ring, and then hits the end of days onto him, and then pinned him for the 1, 2, 3. So yeah, Baron Corbin defeated Johnny Gargano tonight on Raw. That's what happened. For that match, I'll give it 2 stars. That's why I'll give it. It was an okay match between those two guys. So yeah, that's why I'll give that match. But then after the match ended, we see the Raw Women's Champion Bianca Belair get interviewed backstage, and she was talking about how she's sick and tired of what Bayley's been doing. She attacked Candice LeRae tonight, took down her friends and all that, and now she thinks that she's going to take the Raw Women's Championship away. She said that is not happening. So yeah, that's what happened there. And later on tonight, it will be Bianca Belair versus Bayley 1-on-1 for the Raw Women's Championship in the main event. So yeah, I'll see you guys later. Until then. So the next thing that happened on Monday Night Raw, it was a main event. It was the Raw Women's Champion Bianca Belair versus Bayley with the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions Dakota Kai and Io Sky Damage Control at ringside. So yeah, it was for the Raw Women's Championship. It was the main event, and it was a pretty good match. Now, they actually showed a video package before this match with Brock Lesnar and Bobby Lashley, which was pretty good to hype up their match at Crown Jewel. Like I said, pretty good video package. Go check it out. But yeah, we'll get to the match. It was a pretty good match. At one point, we seen Bayley try to hit the KOD onto Bianca, but Bianca lands on her feet and then hits the Bayley to belly onto Bayley and then pins her, but Bayley kicking out at 2. At one point, we seen Bayley hit the avalanche Bayley to belly onto Bianca Belair, pretty much hitting it off the second turnbuckle onto her, pins her, but Bianca barely kicking out at 2. And then we see Bayley telling Io Sky and Dakota Kai to tear apart the announce table. They do that, and then they was planning to put Bianca through the table, but Bianca was fighting with them, taking them all out, and then hits a powerbomb onto Bayley, onto the announce table, and then powerbombs her into the onto the ring post, and then drops her onto the apron, and then throws her back into the ring. And then she was trying to get back into the ring, but then Damage Control kept on interfering. Referee spots him. He gets out of the ring, and while he's telling him to get out, all of a sudden he turns around, and then all of a sudden the referee and Dakota Kai and Io Sky, all three get taken out by a woman that did Cross body off the top turnbuckle. Come to find out, it was Nikki Cross. They got rid of her name, so she ain't known as Nikki ASH anymore. She is now known as Nikki Cross again. So yeah, the old Nikki Cross character has come back. She got into the ring, and well, actually, after she done took out the referee, Bianca was trying to hit the KOD onto Bayley, but Bayley actually Bayley was trying to hit the rose plant onto her, but then Bianca reverses it, hitting the KOD onto her, and then she was trying to pin her, but of course the referee was already taken out, and then that's when Nikki Cross gets in the ring, grabs Bianca, runs her shoulder first into the ring post, and then hits that spinning neck breaker finish move onto Bianca. She gets out the ring. Bayley puts her arm over her. New referee comes running down, counting the 3 count. So yeah, Bayley defeated Bianca Belair tonight on Raw. That's what happened, and she is the new Raw Women's Champion. That's what happened. Pretty good match. But then after the match ended, that's when Nikki Cross gets back into the ring, attacking Bayley, beating her down and stuff. So yeah, she went back to that unhinged character again. Pretty good stuff though. I miss Nikki Cross, to tell you the truth. So yeah, like I said, great stuff. Bayley is a new Raw Women's Champion. Really good match. In my opinion, that's the match of the night right there. For that match and what happened after the match, I'll give it all 3.5 stars as well. It was pretty good stuff. But for tonight's Monday Night Raw episode, I'll give it 7 stars. That's what I'll give it. It was a pretty good episode, but you know, it's just. It felt like it dragged a little bit, just a little bit, but it was a bad episode. But yeah, like, subscribe to Team W Wrestling on YouTube, subscribe to my other channel, Word of Chris, and subscribe to this channel, Chris Videos, and follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and both of my TikToks. I'll be down there in the description box. And I'll see you guys later for this Wednesday's AEW Dynamite reviews. See you guys later. Until then.